But 100%, without a doubt, I want to fight professionally in the UFC.
And then just like one little bit of like a reset to like look for something, the guy just like tucks his head, throws an overhand.
Yeah.
And then we're off to the hospital, and it's like, shit. But it's like, I still get advice from other coaches too. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always trying to improve as a coach.
Yeah.
I'm not coaching the same I was 10 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago. Everything changes. What was your first thought, like when you started really training striking underneath me? Like, it's not always the coaches that build fighters, fighters build themselves. I don't want to be the guy in the arena. I love being the guy in the corner. I want to be a world-class corner, be a world-class pad holder. And like, to me, I realized like that was me being very selfish. Me. Coaching is all about you. Me without purpose is not good. Pain. That's just a feeling. Like, what is your thought behind that pain? I grew up here. I've done a lot for the community here, and I'm gonna keep building the community here. I'm gonna keep growing. As far as like future plans of other gyms, like maybe.
I want to fight as a career.
Really?
Like,
We had that talk a while ago
no
about
doubt.
it.
Yeah, we had the talk a while ago. I went and did all this other stuff, but 100%, without a doubt, I want to fight professionally in the UFC.
Hell yeah.
Like,
I know we talked about that a
that's
while
the-
ago, and it's
yeah.
like and this is good because we can like kind of, I wanted to ask you about like what it's felt like on your journey and like how you started and like what your goals were to see your goals come to like what this is. Because like, you already train. Like, as I've told Talia, like I see you kids training, I'm like, you guys are already training like professionals.
Yeah.
And that's how you become a professional. Fucking train like one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you'll see, like you've seen it now. A lot of people go pro, but are they really professionals?
Yeah, I think those people, they go pro to say they're a pro athlete
Instead of being a pro.
Instead of being a pro, and like
Yeah.
I could train like a pro my whole life without ever getting paid, like because I love to train.
People are like, Trevor,
Yeah.
why do you train 3, 4, 5 hours a day? And I'm like, I don't know, I have to.
Yeah, just
Like,
'cause
do you want to
you
be a
love
pro? And I'm like, nah, man, that's hard. Like,
Yeah.
being a professional like fighter is hard, but like training like one is way easier than like I love training all day. But being one, I was like, no, absolutely not. Fuck that. But dude, yes, I remember we had that conversation a while ago. I think it was like before your last like
Before I
sales,
left.
your last sales adventure and your last like world travel.
Yeah.
And then everything just comes back around, and like it's the fire is still there.
Yeah.
Like we're like back to gear.
Yeah.
We're back to just lining up fights.
Yep.
And even Adam was talking about, he's like, man, Anisha's not far away from being pro, especially in MMA.
Yeah.
Like, because of your combat sports background already, like you're just checking all the right boxes.
Yeah, definitely.
And your plan, your goal is to make your MMA debut later this year, right?
Yeah, that's my goal. Make my amateur MMA debut later this year.
Yeah.
I want to go and conquer like striking and have like my last hurrah. I would like to win like a national and then ideally like a world amateur tournament. That would be the goal. That's the goal for striking. But at least I want to go compete at a national level. And win that. And then obviously if I win that, then compete represent the country, USA. But I think IFMA might be in like October or something like that. Or so we'll see like what tournaments happen. But I want to.
I think that's like the tournament. If you win that, you can go to Worlds.
Yeah.
Like it's IFMA Nationals is coming up. If you win that, you go to Worlds. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd like to do that.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, go just commit to MMA.
Hell yeah.
All in on MMA.
Absolutely.
Work on the grappling. And
because you already have so much and the good thing about this is you already have so much experience. Like you're a solid blue belt in jiu-jitsu. We've got the wrestling classes here. So your big thing is like getting experience fighting MMA as an amateur. And like I don't even care about you fighting for like amateur MMA titles really don't do anything. I mean, they're a good goal. Like they teach you to train for 15 minutes. But I feel like, man, after a couple of MMA fights, you'd be ready to go pro in MMA.
Yeah.
Just because it's like your conditioning, your base, your everything is setting you up to be professional. Even like Tyson has that goal. She's like, man, I want to have a pro fight. Like Vic is like they're both older. They're in this like window called your 30s that you're very far away from. But they're just like, I want to know like when they say they're like, when I go pro, I want to fight as a professional athlete, not just someone that's going to go pro and go like, oh, I tried. No, like they're training to fight as a professional. Doesn't mean they're going to have a professional career, but they're going to fight like professionals when they go pro.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's going to be amazing to see. And I feel like a lot of us like already train as pros. Like that's kind of the culture here. Is like if you want to fight, you need to.
You have to train, and like you see it.
Yeah.
Like the kids see it. And like that's just, man. Daniel Cormier, he posted something awesome this morning. Do you ever follow DC?
No.
He put a great post up, a great caption that said, I have a philosophy as a coach. I won't beg anybody to become a world champion. Mm-hmm. If they want it, they will commit themselves completely to it.
Yeah, that's so true.
But that's what we've laid out here, man. Mm-hmm. You've heard the conversations with me and other people doing like, I want to fight. Then I'm like, show up.
Yeah.
Cool. Like you say you want to fight. Show up every day.
Definitely.
Show up every day.
Definitely.
Show up every day. Like, look, taking a day off is one thing. Mm-hmm. Like Adam was about to like really call Colin out, but like Colin competed in like that tussle with like a fever. He was like 100 degrees. He was like running hot. He still performed. So he's been like horrible since then. And I was like, that's good. But like Colin is still like on that. But no, it is that like you have to show up day in, day out. Like you have to accept the routine of it, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it when I see people train a couple times a week. Like if you're a hobbyist, like, but you see that, like I've got passion for the hobbyists. I've got passion for the people that just want to be students. Mm-hmm. Because I know, like, they have a different standard.
Yeah.
The guys that want to fight, like, it is a completely different mountain to try and climb up here.
Yeah, and you know, Josh gave me some great perspective. He said,
well, you guys talked for like an hour and a half yesterday, which is awesome.
We were chopping it up, and I was really picking his brain.
And I like that, like, it clicked for you where I talk about every rep has to have intent.
Yeah, definitely.
Intent in every rep. Intent in every rep.
He said that's the biggest difference between smaller, more local gyms and like those massive elite gyms with all the pro fighters. Yeah. Is that you'll find like 10 Sams and like 10 Anishas and 10 of him who all have their own style, but you can get different looks from these guys, and they're all training, and this is the part that really made sense. They all know that they have fights coming up and that the fights are against dangerous guys, and if they don't give their partner good looks, they could get seriously hurt. Like, fighting is, like, you go with the hobbyist who's just here 3 times a week with 2 kids. Yeah. And his mindset is like, let me get a good sweat.
Yeah.
And my mindset is, I don't want to get knocked out and be unconscious in front of my family. So, like, we're training for different purposes. And now it really clicked. It was like, all right, every time I drill, every little thing I do, it needs to be perfect. Like, if my footwork is off and my punch, doesn't go where it needs to, or my hand is down, like, that could be, a missed punch encountered in a fight.
That's that split second. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I've talked about that, man. Like, I cornered a buddy of mine. He was, I think, maybe a brown belt in jiu-jitsu at the time. Like, he had gone pro, had a good run as a pro, like, had 2 tough fights in Bellator. And, like, his fight post-Bellator to, like, get back, like, he was murking this guy for, like, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then just, like, one little bit of, like, a reset to, like, look for something. The guy just, like, tucks his head, throws an overhand. Yeah. And then we're off to the hospital, and it's like, shit. Yeah. And that's it. Like, you have to be ready for that danger at any moment, dude. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I try to tell people is, like, the intent. And, like, that clicks or it doesn't. Mm-hmm. It clicks or it doesn't, man. Your intent behind everything. You hear me, like, harping on that all the fucking time. But it's like, even the hobbyists here, even if they don't want to fight, I still tell them, like, hey, focus on doing the right thing.
Yeah. And they do.
Xavier this morning, it finally clicked when it's like when I tell you about like your shoulders, how like we don't realize sometimes it's just like our hands are up, but our shoulders are disengaged. He felt the difference. He's like, oh my God, these being right back to it make the difference. And I'm like, I've said that for a year, and he's like, you have, and I'm like, yes, I know, and I know it takes time. Like you hear Lopez and I talking about it all the time. Yeah. Like I'll hear you guys talking, and I'm like, oh, someone said the exact same thing I said. Yeah. And like my nose is like bleeding. I'm just like, all right, cool. I have to take a nap now.
If I ever coach someone, I'm sure one day like I'll.
Bro, when it starts, and I talk to like Evan about it, and I talk to like everyone I know that like now coaches that used to like train underneath me, and they're just like, oh my God, I see what you're talking about. And I'm like that repetition, but like that's you need like if you're a coach and you want to coach athletes, competitors, and fighters. You have to get used to that repetition. You have to get comfortable like repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, and then like through that is when you can start adding on, like, you can always say, keep your hands up, keep your shoulders engaged. And then it's also like fine tuning in the moment, like what is working really well, what is working really wrong. When you have the right habits behind it, it's easy to fix, easy to repair, easy to improve.
Yeah. And so, since I made this decision, I've also realized like a lot of these pros that are at the highest level, they have a team around them. Like, and you have like a team here. We have Lopez, the boxing coach. You like the head coach, Muay Thai coach. Adam is very big
Jiu-Jitsu
in
and MMA.
Yeah.
Like and Adam, I have like that good understanding. Adam, I'm so glad Adam is here. It's kind of been like a good like missing piece. Like I was trying to help like build jiu-jitsu instructors become coaches one day. Then Adam came in like as a coach, and like even Talia's noticed. She's like, you to striking, and like then there's like Adam like to jiu-jitsu, and then like we meet in the middle like very well. Like he'll be like, dude, the way you talk about striking, he's like, I can't say it that way. And I was like, well, the way you talk about jiu-jitsu, I can't say it that way. But we have very similar concepts on like what to do. And then like, so you have like the head coaches, you have the guy like overseeing, and then you also have like, we have wrestling coaches here. We have wrestling practices, strength and conditioning coaches. Like people talking about nutrition. Like there's something I learned a long time ago. The coach can't do all the things.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to build it like, you know, when you start out, like you are the only person. Like, and I've been in that role before. But then it's also finding people that you can like grow with, that you can build that team with. And like you've seen it start from like when I left KU to like this, that slow process of building a team, trial and error on instructors, who's working, who's not.
Yeah, like, I can see it's not easy because a lot of people come and go. Like the turnover for coaches is like pretty high until you find the right ones.
Until you find the right ones. Yeah. And it's just like that, finding the right one, man. Finding the right one. And it's also, there's the responsibilities that come with being a coach. Like we have to hold you accountable. Like we have to be able to like work with everybody.
Yeah.
Like someone can be a world-class coach in one area, but like no one wants to work with them. Like, and I don't want to be everybody's friend, but I do want to be a coach that I can work with other coaches. I can take feedback. I can take breakdowns and stuff like that. It's great. But like that's been like building that, and I feel like this gym is really on like, now it's like at that point where I'm like, oh shit, this is a rock solid base that we have here.
Yeah, like people can go pro out of this gym. There's everything you need here to go pro.
That is the plan. And like we were talking about this like 2 years ago.
Yeah, like when I was 22 at your house. I remember that conversation.
Not even like that conversation. We had like when like you were still overseas and we're recording the podcast, and I'm sitting in the corner talking about like the future plans.
Oh yeah.
Putting those things into play about like, and it's for the kids like you that want to go pro. If you want to be a professional athlete, good. Like here's the building block. Here's the place, you know? And I'm also one of those coaches where I'm like, hey, we're going to take road trips to other gyms, so you're around other pros. Because I need to learn from these other coaches that have lots of pros.
Yeah.
That I don't have, lots of pros. Like, it still stayed like, you know, we have like good up and coming kids like you and Sam that are like on that cusp. But it's like I still need advice from other coaches too. Like I'm always trying to improve as a coach. I'm not coaching the same I was 10 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago. Everything changes. And that's what it takes to get like that final product. And then it's going to start all over again one day. Like and that's what it becomes, man. But like, the goal is like, I want to see you fight your ass off for the next 15 years. And we have to start those habits now. And it even comes into like training, like making sure it's not a training style that's going to create injuries and setbacks. Like you'll see it, some people train too hard as an amateur and get injured instead of training technical and then learning how to go hard. And like Josh has talked about this where he's like, man, you'll see like beginner and amateur training pace and professional training pace. It's like driver's ed and like Formula One. Like you see like some pros drilling and it's like, man, a normal person can't keep up with that. But another well-conditioned athlete that's pro, like they're not getting hurt, but they're training inside this space like they know they have to be perfect so they don't get hurt.
And I feel like when like me and EK drill, we get those really solid reps.
Solid rounds and solid reps,
harder punches and more intense. And Josh was saying that when you drill like that, you get used to throwing at that pace and that intensity. So when you get to the fight, or even like when you get to hard sparring, the first couple of times maybe you're nervous, but you get used to that pace, and it helps the nerves on the fight night because you've been there before, and your instinct isn't to throw sloppy or throw, because you're gonna default to your instincts when you fight and what is ingrained in you. And if you have that tech sparring pace ingrained in you, pushing your punches, there's no snap, there's no pop, no tight defense, then you're gonna fall back onto that versus the intense drilling that you want to get all the time. Wild.
That's what we talk about all the time. But it's also like the hard part is learning like, and I feel like with like your generation it's tough because you see so much content of like people training. You're like, I want to do that. And then I'm the kind of coach where I'm like, you have to do this first. And like you can get there and then you can get there. And like a lot of people try to train at that pace with bad habits, and they're just getting hurt. Does that make sense? I think you've seen that at some places too, where it's like people will just like swing hard. Like they'll just go hard, go fast.
Yeah.
But with the wrong fundamentals, with the wrong intent. And then they're both getting hurt.
Yeah, that's the
And
worst.
now they're creating setbacks.
Yeah.
Like you'll see some people, it's like, damn, some people get injured a lot as an amateur, it happens. But like with you, like what injuries have you really had?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really been.
And it's yeah. Like, and even then, like, and you've fought like twice in like one night before, and you're like, and it's kind of like shit. Feels sometimes like I just left Saturday.
Yeah.
That's how
exactly.
You're
Some
like,
Saturdays are
shit,
worse
man.
than the tournaments.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
But there's still that fine line of like, yeah, those Saturdays are worse than the tournaments. But is there a point of no return?
Yeah.
Is there like a loss of return on that? Like, are you now too injured to train on Monday?
Yeah. Well, we make sure we're not.
We make sure we're not. But that's because like all the habits during the week show on Saturday.
Yeah.
If you had a lazy week, you're gonna have a rough Saturday here.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's like one thing. Like I've told kids on like the MMA, like some kids are trying to like walk into MMA sparring on Saturday. And I was like, all right, 2 of you guys are just get fucked up today. Like, sorry, I'm just not in the mood for it one day. And like there's one day it was Mark Ogden, and then I think it came in. I was like, you two are gonna be like the rest rounds for these guys, and it's gonna suck really bad for you guys still. And you saw them both going, I should go to regular classes. And I was like, yeah, why do you think you just jumped into MMA? But like it's also that same thing of everyone sees people doing MMA and they're like, I can do that. Like that's just our male caveman brain. Like every dude thinks they can do the thing other guys can do.
Yeah.
And we can't.
Not at all. No.
Yeah, I'm not shooting threes like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Fuck that, bro. Like I'm pretty honest about that.
Yeah, you can't do. That's what I realized too. Is like my best day of the week is Saturday. Like after 5 straight days of training, I come into Saturday and I feel really sharp. And now that I have a fight booked, I realize, all right, Saturdays are the days where
game day.
Yeah,
you're mentally getting ready for game day.
Yeah, exactly. I'm treating it like, all right, like if I had to go in and fight right now, how am I gonna feel? How are my nerves? How calm am I? How relaxed am I when I spar? And that's why me and Sam got really good rounds, and I got good rounds.
That sparring on Saturday was perfect for you two, for MMA especially. That was such good sparring. And I was like, see, that's that level of like hard technical work. Yeah, Sam's nose got bloody. Like you got cracked a couple times, but like you guys are fine at the end of sparring. Like no one's like seriously fucked up. Yeah.
And it shows us where our holes are. Versus like going light or trying to take care of your training partner.
And that you know, that's that tough part about being a human being, where it's like that nature and nurture of fighting. Like you nurture through nature in fighting. And it's like you said it earlier best, like if I'm not hard on you right now, you're gonna have a rough fight. Like that's how you show you care, by like hitting your friend in the fucking mouth. Like it's tough love, man. That's what this shit is. Nature and nurture. It's tough love. Yeah.
So now Saturdays are gonna be more serious, and also I hit up that. His name is TJ, who Danny met in Bangkok. He's Jake Peacock's nutritionist.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna get some help from him for weight cutting, because I mean this weight cut is gonna be 170.
Yeah.
But like if I fight MMA, I think I can make 55 or maybe 45.
55, dude. No,
55,
you're So, but that also goes to, and this is something you see. Like I'm not huge on big weight cuts. For men, like when you're a conditioned athlete and you've got good muscle mass, staying within 20 pounds of your fight weight is really easy. Everything past that, like, you know, some guys be like that 25, 30 pounds plus, but like, look at how much they're having to drain out. And that becomes a point of like, you're like starting to lose on that investment now. Like, I've seen a lot of people put too much focus into a weight cut, just be the bigger guy.
Yeah.
You know, I believe like you should stay at 55, and that'll prevent you from injuries and brain trauma.
Yeah.
Everything past that starts becoming like fluid pulled from the brain, fluid pulled from your joints, fluid pulled from your tendons. It affects the fight. Not only affects the fight, it affects like your body, like, because your body is still having to operate. We can't have that body operate in the red.
Yeah.
So many people end up like operating in that red for like a month of like this nutrition and calorie deficit, and then your body's falling apart and you're getting injured. Like nutrition and rest and hydration is how your body stays healthy for fighting. The human body is capable of so many amazing things, but then people will like throw it away just to make weight. Like it's better to fight closer to like a natural weight, not a forced weight. You see it in MMA all the time now. Like these guys that were overcutting are excelling at the weight class above.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also a lot bigger gaps in weight classes in MMA, but still, like it shows, man. It's like Where's like that window, like that point of no return?
Mm-hmm.
And it even means like, you could make 150, but then damn, to get to 55 could be this extra bit of like, ooh, I don't know about this.
You mean 45?
No, like I said, you could get to 50.
150?
But then like, what about 45? Like
Yeah.
that could be that extra tipping point.
Yeah.
Where now like, oh shit, like now your guts are hurting.
Yeah.
Now your
yeah.
liver and kidneys are having issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to keep people away from that, man. Like, I never, like, you can't really fight at your walk around weight, but like 15 to 20 pounds above your walk around weight, that's easy. You can sweat that off, you can piss that off, you can drink that off, diet it off, like without sacrificing anything. I think like, like 5 pounds of water cutting. I don't mean like the hyperhydrating like you guys do very well, of like the overhydrating, like you guys piss it out well, but I mean like 5 pounds in a sauna is like the most you should cut. And that's if you are like hydrated well, you start your week at 2 gallons and you're tapering down, your body's still hydrated. So you can pull that water out and you're good to go. But you see guys that are sucked out and then they have to cut 5 pounds of water weight, and that becomes that point of no return.
Yeah, exactly. So then I think 155 would
like
probably
55,
be
dude.
we'll see how I feel at 55.
You got to see how you feel. I mean, and you fought at 59.
Yeah.
You got there pretty easy.
Yeah.
I mean, and since then you've gotten a little bit bigger. You've put on muscle, but like overall, like you haven't like gained like 20 pounds of muscle. Like you're building muscle very naturally, and that pays dividends. And also like better lean muscle mass, way easier to cut water weight out as well. Muscle carries water.
Holds the water,
Yeah. Like fat, if you're fat, like that retains water. Muscle holds water and can release it and then rehydrate. Fat, not so much. I'm like, yeah, you're being built into it. Even like Sam was talking about. Sam said he was like thinking about going to 35, and I went, no, man, you need to lift weights and become a bigger 45er. Like he's already a great size 45er. Like when he stood next to Dustin Poirier, Sam was like, why am I so much bigger than Dustin Poirier? And I'm like, yeah, dude, you're a pretty big 45er.
Yeah.
And he's young. He's like, you're both young. You're both growing. Like you guys will keep growing till about like 28 physically. And it even means like bone density and stuff like that. Like, so I told Sam, like, dude, become a bigger 45.
Yeah.
Not a depleted 35. And he went, oh, that makes sense. I was like, Sam, you need to be durable at this weight class. It's a high output weight class, a lot of activity. You got to be durable. If he like cuts to 35, he'd probably be like too depleted to do anything worth a damn in a fight. Same thing, like you going to 45, I think I see that as like a point of like no return.
Yeah.
Like George Kopa has talked about that, where he went to like 45 like once and he couldn't perform. He got knocked out like the first round, like bad. Like as soon as he got touched, like his body couldn't handle getting hit. And I've seen him in exchanges and he does fine, but then he was like, damn, like 45 was not the way.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, so 55.
I think
what I'll do.
That's a rock solid weight class for you, dude. You at 55 in MMA is a problem. With like that good mix of like your height, your muscle mass, skills, range, sharp elbows and knees.
Yeah.
Big problem at 55. Huge problem at 55 for MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what I'll 55, do. Yeah. You can go far with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what other things do you think would be good for me to do now like if I want to really commit to this, or there's really nothing else that
keep doing the thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Like coaches, like it's not always the coaches that build fighters. Fighters build themselves. Coaches kind of just like lay out the path.
Yeah.
Where like the one thing I've never had to tell you to do is show up to practice. I've never told you to cut back on partying. I've never had to tell you to like cut back on like your eating and stuff like that. You're naturally checking the right boxes. So a niche has to keep doing what a niche is doing. But then like we check those boxes, but we also go like, okay, what can we improve in these boxes?
Yeah.
That's it. Does that make sense? Like, and then in the future, like little problems arise. Like MMA is like we start trying to think about filling all these gaps now of like wrestling, striking, grappling, jiu-jitsu, wall work. Not like an undefeated career is not guaranteed. But like we're always focusing here on like the check marks. We got to fine tune these check boxes. We're fine tuning gaps before they're presented like on a bigger stage.
Yeah.
That's always the goal. Like you don't want to get to the big stage and realize like, oh shit, I have like this one flaw. It's going to keep me from the top 15 or the top 10, 5 or number 1. You need to check all the boxes now. Become as well-rounded as possible.
Yeah.
And you already know like what your attributes grappling wise are, offensively, defensively, striking wise, offensively, defensively, jiu-jitsu. And now we just make both parts better.
Yeah.
Always improving, always improving. Like, you're already on the course to go pro.
Yeah, and
Like,
what I realized,
even like Adam has said that. He's like, holy shit, you can't teach kids to train like that. Like, they'll, like if you present it, like, the fighters will build themselves as well.
Yeah,
like, fighters always need coaches.
Yeah.
But a real fighter will always still build himself up. They're the one taking themselves to practice. They're the one not eating junk food at night. They're the one resting. They're the one committed to doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Coach, like, I'm always here. I leave midday to go walk my dog, and then I come back. Like, that's my day. Same routine I've had as a teenager, like, all damn day.
Yeah.
Not going to change.
Finds you.
The student finds you.
I realize like how important the mindset.
That's a great way of saying it. Like, the student finds you sometimes.
Finds
like,
coach,
dog, like, I'm here all the time. Like, and I hear people all the time, like, I want to come train. Got my address.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll see you. Oh, I can't wait to represent you. You got to show up first. Man, I want to fight for hometown. Got to show up, dog.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
we're here.
Those are all like things that come down the road, you know, like that come after training 6 days a week and being consistent, hard sparring, after days where you question yourself, then you'll represent hometown. You know, then once you go out and get your hand raised, that's all like end of the line. Are you ready for the journey?
Yeah, that's
like,
it. And it's
ready
like
for what's coming.
And that's kind of like how I have it built, man. Like, the mountain doesn't really end, but like when you're at the base, you look up. Like, there's a lot of little places to like hook yourself into to climb up, man.
Yeah.
Don't make it harder on yourself. Like, a lot of people are really easy about making it harder on themselves, and they have to do it. And like, they self-sabotage, don't even realize. Like, I was guilty of that back in the day. But yeah, that's why like here it's even like, we can always talk about the in-house events. That's like the first step.
Yeah.
And even like some people, like, it's every person that has asked, that said like, I want to do the tussle. They're the ones that drop off. But when I go up to someone and go like, you down to tussle? And they go, yeah. Like, because that's the person that shows up without question. A lot of people that say, I want to do the tussle, sign up, then they stop showing up. But I'm like, well, what kind of reward is if I just let you compete without training? That is me instilling like setbacks in you. That's me teaching you like the easy way out.
Yeah.
Not gonna fly here. Like, every time we have people competing like in-house, it's always like, I've come to them. Hey man, I've seen you training. You want to try it? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Like, their eyes light up. Like, they weren't thinking about asking me.
Yeah.
They're just showing up and training. They're showing up improving. They're listening. They're sticking to the right.
They're being the competitor.
They're being the competitor.
Already.
They're becoming the competitor. They're not even realizing it.
Yeah.
And that's like Zakia. I was talking to him this morning. He was like, yeah, I'm working on like flipping that switch. And I was like, dog, I've seen that switch flipped. Like we had a little conversation while he was like on his like outside round this morning. And I was like, look, man, you're learning how to flip the switch every day you come in. Every day you wake up earlier and get in earlier. You're learning how to flip that switch. You're learning how to flip that switch day in, day out, day in, day out. Each rep is a switch. Like, this moment right now is breathing. Then before you get in gear, you've got 3, 2, 1, switch, go. You're learning that switch every day.
Yeah, it's like the same thing Josh was saying.
Yeah, and it's like instilled in Zakia from day one.
Yeah.
Like, now that kid's a competitor. Now he's about to fight. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, a lot of kids don't realize it's being like subconsciously like instilled sometimes, man.
Yeah. Just because of the training here.
The habits.
Saturdays, like, yeah, and I think maybe he's saying that because, like, he got some hard rounds in with me. He got dropped by Sam. I saw in the footage.
But then it was like, hey, then you saw me. I was like, Zakia, tough shit. I was like, Sam, get on him. Start hitting him. And Zakia was like, fuck. And then Zakia got up and did great for the rest of that round.
Yeah.
Like, Sam was being like a good dude. He like hit him and then like he went down and he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, why aren't you hitting him? Like, and that's that nature nurture of MMA and like coaching.
Yeah.
If I told Zakia, if I wanted to be like, hey, it's okay, here's an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
I'd be setting him up for
Especially
failure.
in MMA, there's no 8 counts.
There's no 8 counts, man.
Yeah.
It follows back up. You got to follow him up right away.
Yeah, you
and
have
like,
to be able
and I was
to
like, Sam, you can't
your
say
bearings.
sorry. It's like, Zakia, that's on you, dog. Why'd you get hit? Get the fuck up. Got to work up. And then he did great after that. But you got to put kids in those moments. Yeah.
Especially in training first, before because it's gonna happen in a fight. If it doesn't happen in training, it will happen in a fight. And if you've now experienced it in training, you're gonna be in deep waters for the first time, trying to navigate.
Dude, that sucks. That kind of stuff sucks, man.
Yeah.
That is the worst. Yeah.
So I'm glad he got to experience that on Saturday.
Yeah. And with you, when did you feel like your mentality switch? Like, what was your, I think we might have talked about this before, but what was your first thought, like when you started really training striking underneath me? Were you thinking about fighting, or were you kind of like, you're like, this is neat?
Nope, I wasn't even thinking about competing. I just loved training.
Yeah, you just loved training. Even like, I remember like our first goal, I was like, so why do you want to do this? And you're like, I don't know, seems cool. And I was like, hell yeah, man. But
I didn't even like want to fight. I remember, so the first time I ever saw you was when you were announcing Sam, Samantha Seth, and Alex Lockley were fighting.
Yeah.
The start of 2020. It was like February 2020, and I had just started training.
Commentating. Yep. I had that fly ass like fucking suit on and everything, man.
That was a Lightning Strikes event.
It was, yeah.
It was, right?
Yeah.
And I had just started training with John and Sam December, so like 3 months prior to this. I didn't know who you were, but I came to support Alex and Sam.
Yeah.
And I saw you, and then that night, John asked me, like, when are you going to get in there? And I was like, dude, I don't know.
You're like, fuck that.
Like, at least a year. And then 1 year later, I fought.
You fought.
Yeah,
because, wild how that works.
Because they pushed me to get in the ring.
Yeah.
After training with you, I was training with you just for fun because I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't think about fighting.
You did some smokers over quarantine.
Yeah.
You did the two. Yeah.
You were putting them on, and I said, why
I was like,
not?
you want to try it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like your attitude is like spot on for something I've seen where a lot of people become competitors. They show up and go, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this is fun. And like, Evan pointed it out where he was like, man, all your kids seem to love to just like scrap. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's the love of the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's that thing in you, like, you love this or you don't.
Yeah.
You love just fucking put hands on each other, get bah, 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 bah. You love it or you don't. Like, you start finding that love for it. And like, you came in going like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I just like, I created the environment. We had the Friday night Shark Tanks. Then I was like, I think it was like a couple weeks off from myself, like, hey man, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Like, you faced a dude with a ton of experience and had like actually fought before. And you like, maybe that was your second one.
The first guy I fought was Joe Martinez.
Yeah.
I think it was his debut, but he was a boxer. I think he had a couple boxing fights.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't mean like that was your like actual like fight.
Are you talking about the PKB?
Like the smokers and stuff like that.
Oh,
you did two smokers.
Yep,
you stopped one kid with dreadlocks, and there's another kid that you pieced up from like corner to corner. And that kid had like fought before. And I was like, oh. Yeah. And like the look on your face, you were just like, golly, this is neat. I am like, what is this? Yeah. Like, you just had this, like, I was like, oh shit. Like, those are the people that become fighters. And like, I saw it right away. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's gonna, I think he's about this. I think this kid's about this.
And the thing is, when you, Sam, and John like came to me to fight, I was like, I don't even know if I'm ready to fight. It's like the coach, you have to put the trust in the coach.
It was all in all like 9 or 10 months in.
It was like 7.
7 months in before your first fight?
I think 7 or 8, from when I met you and started training with you for my first fight.
Yeah, because you started doing like some basics at Shell Shock.
Yeah, just like once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So but even when I came to you, I really didn't know.
You didn't know, yeah. You just kind of like, but you just had good natural composure. You just had good natural body mechanics. And I was like, oh, easy, off the races.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was like, and that's like something I tell people. I'll be like, hey man, if I haven't asked you to compete yet, it's not on me. Like, what habits are you showing? Like, when I see people that are naturally gravitating towards good habits and like right mindsets, I kind of like nudge them and be like, you want to try it? You want to try it one time? I don't force anybody to fight.
Yeah.
The number one thing that like breaks my heart, like when I have people call the gym going like, man, I want to come and train, but I don't want to fight. And I'm like, good. Like, it's not heartbreaking. It's like good to hear, but like people like hearing that. Like, some people assume, I guess, because of like my reputation is like I've always trained people to compete. Like, just because you're training me, you don't have to fight.
Yeah, not all gyms are like that.
No, like some coaches will be like, and like some coaches will see like talent in a student, and like that coach is like, holy shit, this guy's like faster and stronger than I ever was. He should fight. Does that person actually want to fight though? So I will never tell someone like, hey, you have to fight.
Yeah.
Now, if you're telling me you want to fight, I just hold you accountable. Doesn't mean you're going to fight. You'll probably never fight if I can't keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Or you can't keep yourself accountable. But it's always like, I'll see some people, some natural attributes, and I'll be like, you thinking about it? And they'll be like, fuck no, never. And I'm like, shit. Like, whatever. Like, but it's cool. Like, I still talk to them every day. I'll still give them advice. Like, I don't shun them because they won't compete.
Yeah.
They're showing up to get better, and that shit means the most to me.
Yeah, definitely. Like, when I went to Aero, and I was talking to some of those guys that, you know, came from another gym, they were saying that gym over there, like, if you don't fight, like, the coach over there literally banned someone because he said he didn't want to fight. Like, kicked him out. Yeah. And I was...
Really?
Yeah, I was super surprised because I didn't know that gyms even as close as to us here in Raleigh in this area
would still have those kind of
like
attitudes.
That. Yeah. But I think it's because the coach wraps his identity around being like coaching fighters and only wanting to coach fighters.
I've been guilty of that. Like, I've never been guilty of like just the only, like, I had an old student say, he's like, man, I bet you just want to train fighters all day. And I'm like, fuck no. I want to train fighters like once a day. Like, I love teaching martial arts. I love seeing people fall in love with something that I love to do.
Yeah.
Because I know like the benefits and the rewards of it, you know. Do I like training fighters? Yeah, I love helping people train to compete. To me, there's no better feeling than helping someone get their hand raised at something. Fucking game, set, match. Like, that's my goal every day. And there was a while, like, ignorantly, like when I was like having good steam, like with, like, definitely, like, you know, the stroke and everything had like forced me to like realign myself. I think that was like the universe going like, you shouldn't think like that, fucker. Like, God just went, I don't like your attitude. Boop.
Yeah.
And he flicked me with his giant universal pinky, and I got a stroke. But selfishly, I was like, I'm gonna become like one of the best coaches in the world at this. Like, that was like my ego, and I was like, damn, I think I deserve that, because now like I've had to take a step back. Like, now it's like, let me create the environment to have world-class coaches, to have world-class fighters, you know? So like, let me stop selfishly thinking about like me being like a world-class coach. Because like I'm up there with like a lot of like the top coaches for a while with like Muay Thai and kickboxing and MMA, where I'm like, man, we're all doing the same thing. And now like I see some of these guys who like kept excelling. I had to take a couple years back to like build up hometown. And now I'm like, all right, I'm glad like this has happened. Like, it's awful. Every day is a nightmare. But like, that's why I have this guy on my hand. Like, that's how I feel every day. Fucking just you know. But at the same time, I'm like, it's creating a really good projection to the future. Like, if like what I was doing could only last and only hold it for so long. But
so
then,
if you
like,
didn't have this trailer, like, what path were you on? To like, did you have a plan to become the best coach?
Just
what
like, to me, it was just
coach?
like grinding every day, holding guys accountable, and still kind of like being in the mix with the students of like heavy pad holding, heavy sparring, heavy drilling. And I like that would have caused future setbacks, which would have made me probably stop entirely after a certain age, where now like my current path means I can still coach for the rest of my life. Like, that window of coaching that I was very like prideful of, like where when I would hold pads, when I would pad spar with you guys, drill with you guys, like I was very proud of myself. Like, I was very proud of my abilities to physically coach people. But then it became like, oh, now I have to like be a coach, like on the sideline. Like, I'm not in there with you guys. I have to be like on the sideline instructing you guys, building the team, building the environment. And I kind of just felt like like when I was coaching, I could hold pads for guys. Like, I could get guys like tougher sooner. I could communicate like concepts and ideas easier, I think, because I'm hands-on. Like, that's like, I'm talking about Evan still, but like, that's like when I first met Evan. Like, he talks about me beating the shit out of him. I was like, I didn't think it was that bad. And he was like, it was awful. And I went, wow, well, did he get the point across? And you went, yeah. And I went, okay, fair. But like, I noticed like as a coach, when you have that connection of with the fighter, of like the pads on, it builds that relationship, that communication, and that's something like I really excelled at, and like something like people would always ask me like, hey, can you help me during this camp? Come hold pads for me. Like, you got it. Like, hey man, can you come hold pads with my team? Like, that's how I was becoming a good coach. So I was like, oh, like I want to be that coach. Like, I also like was a way better corner, and like that's like I was like, man, I want to be the guy in the corner. I don't want to be the guy in the arena. I love being the guy in the corner. I want to be a world-class corner, be a world-class pad holder. And like, to me, I realized like that was me being very selfish. Me. Coaching is all about you.
Wow, that's such a shift, huh?
I mean, but like I've always believed, like I've always enjoyed teaching in martial arts and coaching, because it's very still selfless.
Yeah.
But I still had the intent of like me. I want to be better at this. I got to make everyone better at this. Like, me, I want to get better too.
Is that a bad thing though to have?
I mean, I think like it's just something that just kind of created like a means to an end. Like, I feel like, you know, it's not a bad thing. Like, I could have found some success soon with that, then what do I be doing past that? Because like the physicality goes away. And like, you know, with like my health now, like what would I, if I hadn't had that stroke, what issues would I be having every day if I'm still sparring? Like that means like if I had a stroke later on, it'd probably be
worse.
I'd be in the dirt than like what I had then.
Yeah.
You know, or like cognitively, I'd be falling off way sooner. Where now, I'm like, how do I prolong like good, happy brain health into the future? Like I didn't have any goals of like being old.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like suicidal.
Yeah.
But like I'm kind of like, oh, I will run this body into the fucking ground. Like I don't care. And I realized I was like, oh man, that habit, like my physicality getting hit, like all the brain damage I had previously, would have cut a lot of things short. Meaning I probably only would have like really coached until 45. Where now I'm like, if I keep coaching like this, I could coach till I'm 60, 70, 80, as long as I can still talk. I can coach. I used to always think like, oh, to be a coach, I have to be hands-on. You know? And I realized like if that was like my main style of coaching, that definitely has like a means to an end. I'd only have a couple more good years of that.
Yeah.
But now like the type of coaching I do now, like I can do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So like because in 15 years, you're going to be like polishing off those belts a little bit. And there's going to be some more niches like right behind you.
Yeah.
And like on your last title fight, there's going to be a kid walking in the gym. Yeah. And I want to be there every day for that kid too, as long as, and I'm there every day for you too. And I realize like, you know, this new path is what's taking me to the future. Yeah. Like this is to me like, this is like the future I've always wanted. And I realized if I went on the path I was on, I wouldn't have this.
Yeah, because I think like soon after you had that little mini stroke is when you opened the shoebox, right? Because that was at GI gym.
No, dude, that was so the mini stroke happened shortly after. Was it IKF Worlds that year?
2021. 2021 wasn't it?
Maybe I think so. Yeah, like I cornered Vince Mosca.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, like that happened, and I was at the. We were in which is now Raw Wrestling, like around the corner behind Gatsby's, that small mat room.
Yeah.
Like that's where I was like teaching class, and then just.
That's where that.
I was in the middle
happened?
of teaching class, and I was in that room,
Really?
Yeah, and then it was like.
So was it like you had a? I don't even know really what happened.
Because you were gone, I think. You had just left,
I never heard really anything about it. So was it like what happened with Jonah, like you're seizing, or like?
No, it was more like it was kind of like a slow, like I didn't seize up, but I was teaching class, and then suddenly, and like I didn't even feel anything like coming on like earlier that day, man. Suddenly like I just started getting really hot and like fatigued, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then like Tali was looking at me, I was like starting to like, I think it's called like speech dysarthria or whatever, like you're saying the wrong words and you're mumbling, and like suddenly I just felt everything just like shutting off. Like it was like
going
this.
To sleep or like
like this dying? Weird like I didn't think I was dying. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I was having a stroke. Your brain's like reset, like everything. I just remember it being gray, not bright, not dark, just like a boom, like the whole room, like how this white and like the tan is, like everything became like one singular color, and I was like, what is happening? And then I don't remember anything after that. I don't really have like much recollection of like the first like 3 days after it.
Really?
Because I was really stubborn. Talia's like, you had a stroke. We have to go to the hospital. I'm like, fuck you. Like, and I was like being very stubborn, wouldn't leave the house. But and then like we finally went and got it checked out, and they were like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, and I was like, I don't know. I guess I had a stroke. Like, and that like it. I had the stroke the same week we did the LLC for Hometown.
Really?
And then the next week, like week and a half, like. It was already in talks. We were having to try and find another place to like move shop because they needed more time for like the wrestlers over there, and like the owner of the gym, like they originally told me like I could build a gym there, and it was like this big back and forth, and I found out like I was actually getting kind of fucked. Like they had lied to me about some stuff, and no hard feelings. Business is business. People are people. And like so I'm in the middle like of like recovering from this stroke, and then we're having to find another place. So that's when we were then in GI gym. And we're in this giant warehouse, no AC. The guy said that he had like these swamp coolers that would keep it cool. And I mean, like I couldn't function in the heat. Like my body couldn't regulate like pulse, blood pressure, heat, anything. And it's just like, it turned like the thing I love into an absolute nightmare. like, and it was horrible. But then like at GI Gym, like it was still like, I have to show up and do this. I have to gather like whatever 10% I got to give 100% of it. And I've always done that. And so then like I'm recovering from having a stroke, and we're at GI Gym, and that's where we're like building the big building blocks. We were there for like maybe 6-7 months, 8 months at most. But that's where, and you were there. Like I still remember like that sparring day with like you and Gene Byard.
I remember.
And I had like the makeshift ring with like just like a piece of string in the corner. And we had like the 3 cage panels. Yeah. Like you know, that little small back space was like some puzzle mats inside a bag cage, and the bags could slide. But then like we got some of the Fuji mats that are still out. We got the first three cage panels on the wall. Our first 3 cage panels. Made our own padded wall, made our own small gym. Yeah. Like, you know, there's like, people walk in, and it was funny because even the owner said, he's like, damn, like, I never thought about that. And I was like, but that's why you did everything else in here. Like, you wouldn't think about that. Like, my brain is always thinking about, like, martial arts school. Uh-huh. So, yeah, we built, like, a small 900 square foot martial arts school. Yeah. And that gave us the base, and that's when we got, like, Talia and I, we got the software for keeping back a house, got our payment processing, started building an actual business that we could then present to landlords going like, hey, please give us a shot. Hey, please give us a shot. Yeah. And then we found the shoebox a mile down from our house, moved in there, outgrew that in a year. And I'm still recovering. Like, some people are like, man, I thought you wore sunglasses to be cool. And I was like, no, like, I couldn't see out of my right eye and everything hurt. Like, I couldn't see anything. Like, lights hurt me. Like, it was awful. Like, and, just kept building, and then it was cool because then like you know, the shoebox turned into this, and then I had like that cool like point of like when this all got like kind of finished up, I was like, oh, should I have gotten better? And I realized like how much I'd recovered from the stroke and how much the business had grown at the same time. Absolute nightmare. Like, you know, do I want to go through that again? Absolutely not. Would I?
Stroke or going to a new building?
No, like both. Yeah. Like. Could I, like, if I have another stroke, could I still show up? You're goddamn right. Yeah. You know, if for some reason, like, America hits World War III and then everything, like, we have a big economic reset and I have nothing, like, would I rebuild a business? Absolutely. Yeah. Like, that dream is never going to die. And it kind of helped, like, rebase myself a bit. Like, and I was like, okay, like that, like, I'd make that joke about, like, God going, hey, dog, you gotta think differently. Like it's what I needed, and I hate saying that because like what I went through was awful. Like what I personally felt recovering from that stroke, what I felt like every morning I woke up, what I felt every day when I went through the physical and the neurological rehab, and then I'd go and teach class. I don't wish that on fucking anybody about what I felt. And some people will be like, I couldn't tell that you felt awful.
You mean physically?
Like
felt?
Physically and
or
mentally.
Like
what I felt. Like what I felt, because like I mean there was a lot of like nerve pain. Like I'm blind in my eye. I had constant like vertigo. I was always off balance. I was always like everything, like just me trying to walk, I felt like I'm on a fucking boat in a storm, dude. Like I couldn't hit my right arm on a light switch. Like it was just like this. And like I only felt okay if I was laying down doing nothing, but I am not the kind of person that can lay down and do nothing. So like learning how to like lay there and rest is really hard. But like all those symptoms are still there. And then when I get up and move around, it's amplified. Like it's so bad. Like and I don't wish that fucking hell on anybody.
But what were you thinking? Like driving to go teach class?
I couldn't drive.
Oh shit.
I couldn't drive, dog.
Talia was driving you?
Talia was driving me, or I'm getting rides from students. And then at the point that I could start to walk, I'm dragging my right fucking leg down the street a mile to the shoebox. Yeah, like it took me a while.
So what was going through your mind like in those days?
Don't stop.
Yeah. Were you like envisioning like what you have built now, or was it just
so
day
there
by
was
day?
Day by day. There was only one moment. And I think it was like definitely when like the physical therapy and the neurological therapy was just like at like getting me like these breaking points. But the docs reminded me of thresholds. Like your thresholds are increasing, and this is that process. And I only thought once that this was a bad idea to like try and build a business while recovering from a stroke. But like, dude, if I didn't have that goal, like what would be the point of me even fucking recovering? You know, because I met people. in like the waiting room, and I was like, what do you guys do now? And they're like, I don't do anything. And I'm like, that sounds horrible. And they're like, well, I had a stroke. I don't need to do anything. And I'm like, that sounds like you didn't have anything to do in the first place. That sounds like you had no goals. Definitely. You had no dreams. And I'm just like, fuck that. Like, forget all that, dude. Like, I have a purpose.
Yeah.
I have to go teach.
Yeah.
I have to go teach martial arts. Like, as weird as my purpose is, like, that is my purpose.
Nah, it's a purpose.
There is some, hey, there was some guy named Bert a long time ago going, I got to make lip balm out of wax. And then he became a millionaire. Like, cool. Like, there's some dude whittling wood right now. I got to whittle this wood. Yeah. Like, that's their purpose, man. Like, but yeah, it really helped me kind of like just refocus and recenter. Like, I feel like that's, I hate it when I hear people say like, oh, I went on this yoga retreat and really centered myself. And I'm like, is that how you centered myself? Is that how you centered yourself? Like, that's nice. That must be nice. Like, I need to almost die to like recenter myself.
So at what point from when you had it to now, can you look back at it and say it was a good thing? Because I'm sure you weren't thinking like it was a good thing. I recentered myself right after it happened.
No, I mean, I think it wasn't like, even Talia talks about, she was like, no, like that had to be done. And even like you know, like I feel bad for like Talia meeting my mom for the first time, just like me over the phone or talking to her like while I'm going through a stroke. And she was like, no.
The first time she called your mom right there?
Like, no, not then, but like a couple days after. My mom was like, he's going to be fine. He just has to make sure he's always doing his thing. And she's like, what do you mean? And she's like, that's like the downside of him being Pat's kid. Like, you cut my legs off, I'm going to find a way to get here.
I see.
Like, I gotta, me without purpose is not good. Like, me without like a goal, me without direction is not good. And so I had to keep that going because like and I think we talked about this like on a podcast, like, no man, like if I don't do this and like I just die. Not like maybe like, you know, and it's like, you know, when you have stuff like this going on, like you know, you have to make yourself their big jiu-jitsu. I'll send it to you if you want to listen to it. But like my buddy was like, he said like he was tearing up hearing me talk about it because it was just fucking awful, dude. Like I hated it. Like it just fucking blew so much dick.
Yeah.
Is that thing recording again or is it off?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it back? Oh, my bad. I was like, okay.
I don't know how long it'll last. So
yeah.
We'll see.
No,
yeah,
but yeah, just yeah, dude. You know, and it's just like these wild concepts and like things I kind of taken for granted, like having balance, like having fun spinning in circles, like using like I had half usage of my right leg, I had half usage of like my right arm. Like this arm is kind of now get like still like the tall you'll see me like kind of like always like this arm just randomly, it kind of always has like this pins and needles feeling in it,
really?
Which like sucks. Yeah. It was like all these little things I took for granted, like eyesight, like being blind in one eye is a wild feeling I never want to have again. While
it was happening, do you have certain thoughts that you remember having?
So my first thought, and I typed it to a couple people, is like, this sucks. And then I was like, well, of course it sucks. Why am I saying that? And then my mindset just went to get better.
Yeah.
I try, like, you know, there's feelings and then there's thoughts. Feeling, like what you feel, pain. That's just a feeling.
Yeah.
But now what is your thought? Like, what is your thought behind that pain? Are you going to tell yourself, hey, this pain is awful, you should quit? Or are you going to tell yourself, hey, pain is just a feeling, you'll be fine. Like, pain is part of this. Like, so my thought was always like, hey, you're going to be fine. Hey, you're going to be okay. Hey, you got something to do. Like, you need to get better. And that was it. Like, my thought was like, every day I was in pain, I was in agony. Like, I'm putting myself through that so I can show the fuck back up for the kids. That is the only thing going through my head. I have to get better. I have to get better. I have to get better. Yeah. And some people are like, damn, I didn't know you had a mindset like that. Like, I've always had a mindset like that. I just didn't want to be a world champion at anything. Like, I just have always had a mindset of like, I have to get better. I have to show up. I have to get better. I have to show up. And then one day you'll find out what you're really good at.
You're kind of like a world champion business owner, coach, like culture builder.
Man, I don't.
World champion at something.
I'd say not world champion. I'd say like world class.
World class.
Like the more, I mean, and to me, like I have a different view. Because I have eyes on like all the other gyms like this. So to me, like I'm like, you know, it's actually kind of like far and few in between of like gyms that we have here, you know. Yeah, we don't have a bunch of guys in the UFC, but like that's the path that we're building to yet. Like that's the thing though, is like you know, like we've now built a platform that can take people to where they want to go. Yeah. You know, and that's always like that's the long goal right there. Like let me build something that's not only good for me, it's good for other people too. Yeah. Yeah. So ideally, like let's say in 20 years, would you like to have like a gym? Like you're gonna have multiple locations, or you're gonna have one big gym? Do you want like a bunch of UFC fighters, or do you want like? The fighters will build themselves. Yeah. I mean, if you know, I even had guys like Daniel Branch go like when I was helping him go pro. We just been like buddies before that, and I'd help train, and then like I became his coach for a couple fights. He was like, "You're gonna be cornering guys in the UFC eventually, like you know that, right?" And I was like, "One day, like, but not right now. Like you know, the coach's journey is very long term. The fighter's journey is very short, in the grand scheme of things. Does that make sense?" So, like, I mean, if we have one guy with a UFC title in here, sick. If I have 5, sick. If I have a whole crop of guys in the UFC, awesome. I feel like that is something we could build into, like a stable crop of pros. Yeah. There's no guarantees for anybody. But, like, we're going to get people to some of the biggest stages in the world. Yeah. And that's the goal, man. Like, to help get people to these places like they're destined to go to. You know, and it's like, hey, I just want to try and build, like, a great fucking facility for people, because it's not only great for the fighters, it's great for everybody that walks through these doors. Even if someone has a bad time, it means they're having a bad time with themselves. That's how I look at it, and now they got something to figure out. Or you know, it's like I kind of just feel like, no, the future is uncertain. I don't know what the future entails. You know, there's no off season, there's no like perfect year. There's always going to be setbacks. I'm just making sure like we're ready for setbacks, get ahead of it. Like, you know, I'm just trying to build a facility that's going to take us where we all want to go. Yeah. And me, I want to be right here. Yeah. Like, you know, and you and I have talked about this. Like, I don't have any kind of like jet set around the world mentality. Yeah. I enjoy where I live. Yeah. I like coming in here every day. And like, you know, if we get the opportunity to go fight internationally, that's my chance. Yeah. Like, you know, I don't want to go travel on vacation. I want to travel on business. Yeah. And when you told me that, like the first time, I was kind of like confused. Like, you don't want to go see the world. But now that I'm back after seeing the world, I get it. You get it. Like, there's a lot of stuff out there. Like, you know, you like staying here, grounded in your routine. Very grounded. Yeah. Like I'm one of those guys. I don't have the discipline to go on like vacations. Like now I do, I think, but like I've had so many bad like party habits. Like if I go to some place I can be a bit more off the rails. Yeah. Oh, like I'm jumping off those rails. I am running through those rails, you know. Yeah. But no, like I need to be grounded. Like to me, like being grounded here, having these responsibilities, like that is what makes me a better person. That is what keeps me going. But that's just me. That's just my view. Everyone's different. Like kids like you, like. I'm like, dude, if that's what you want to do, man, I'm always going to be like, hell yeah, do it, dude. Like, go check it out. Like, I think if you're super young, like for you, I feel like it was really good that you got to see these other sides of the world. And it made you a bit more grounded here to end up becoming a pro fighter. Like, you needed to go see, because like you grew up with like this great childhood and you got to see these other sides of the world and you're like, oh shit, is that poverty? That's what that is? That's horrible. Like, yeah. We weren't like, rich, but we weren't like, you know, struggling. Yeah, and like, you know, so it's like, even like I tell people, man, like growing up poor in Raleigh is better than 90% of the world. Yeah. Like, I'm very grateful for my very humble childhood. And my mom was very big on that, but I was like, you know, it made me very grounded. I was like, all right, then if my opportunities, like if I lucked out on where I was born and where I grew up, like I don't want to waste that. Could have been way worse. Could have been so much worse, dude. Yeah. Could have been so much worse. I realized that in Thailand, like people have nothing. Yeah. Like the definition of nothing changes out there. Yeah. And they're all smiling. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And like, so yeah, just me being here, is very good for me. I was like, Raleigh's my home. Like this is my backyard. I grew up here. I've done a lot for the community here. And I'm going to keep building the community here. I'm going to keep growing. As far as like future plans of other gyms, like maybe, I mean, Ty and I are talking about like we want to get some land like just outside of Raleigh. Raleigh's getting a little bit too busy for like my, like, cause I grew up here.
Yeah.
I miss old Raleigh, where it's like slower. As a business owner, great. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
As a business owner, y'all keep moving here, motherfuckers. Give me, you, all y'all come in, come on in. But like me, I'm like, I'm gonna move out.
Yeah.
I don't care if it takes me 45 minutes to drive or an hour to drive to the gym. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
But like maybe we'll open up like a small school like out there. But like, you know, the next plan after this location is that we do either have to buy a building or build a building. Maybe we'll have to buy a building, tear it down to build a new building, like they are doing with houses around here. That's stuff that we're thinking about, because then that becomes like $1 million investment. And we have to get ourselves to that point where our business is like, hey, we're ahead of everything. Like, we can afford to take this. And it's not even a gamble or risk. It's like a certainty. It's like, hey, we're doing this because it's going to fucking work.
Yeah,
because if